Trent kilometer, 1,000 meters. I don't know what a meters are, bro. You're telling me someone dug a well by hand 1,286 feet? Yeah, nice one. Bro, like, there's no, like, you can't AFK that. What's the deepest hole we can possibly dig by real life lore? Shout out to him, let's go.
At some point in their lives, nearly everybody has wanted to dig a hole down to the center of the earth. The
Nope,
only problem
never wanted
is,
to do that.
nobody ever has actually dug a hole down that far. This leads us to the question that this video is all about. If humanity decided that digging a hole was the #1 objective of our species, then how
Bro,
deep
you
down
know what
could
these
we
things
actually
always
dig
remind
with
me of?
modern...
Were you guys ever in the sandpit and you had the little seat and you could go and it was like you had your own excavator, but it was like for a kid, you know? It was like for a kid, you know? But
technology.
like
Let's
I
say
remember
that we start
that.
somewhere
My
on the
bad, my
Earth's
bad.
surface and just
My
start
bad,
digging
I'm
from
sorry.
there.
Shut the F
Not
up
too
and watch
far
the video.
down
My
at
bad.
1.8
Alright.
meters, and we arrive at the standard grave depth in Western culture. So if you're afraid of zombies, this is how far down they'll be coming from. 4 meters down, and we arrive at the depth that Pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered at. A little further, at 6 meters below the surface, we reach the maximum depth that metal detectors can pick up signals.
Bro, I don't care about this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, no? Bro, I mean, the zombie thing was cool, but you're just yapping me now.
At 12
like 20 feet. I don't care, bro. Like, you're not even getting to stone in Minecraft.
meters, we can find the deepest burrows dug by animals, the Nile crocodile.
Yo! Wait, crocodiles dig down 39 feet? That's actually insane.
A little further down
now
at
that's
20
cool.
meters, and we arrive at the depth of the Paris catacombs beneath the city of Paris, a tomb that holds the remains of over 6 million people. Double that distance to 40
Crocodiles,
meters
some
down, and
diggers.
we can see the deepest swimming pool in the world. If you drained this pool and jumped into it from the top, it would take nearly 3 seconds before you would hit the bottom.
How long did it take to dig
down
that?
Is the usual distance that governments bury their nuclear waste at. And just beneath that, at 105.5 meters down, is the deepest metro station in the world, located in Kiev.
What? 346 feet down, there's a metro station. Seriously? Cap. And by the way, they just be putting this shit underground? Yo, the nuclear waste, I don't want... They gotta find something else to do with it.
Moving on to 122 meters down, and we see the deepest known point that a plant's roots have ever reached.
I doubt it.
A fig tree in South Africa.
I doubt it.
220 meters down, and we arrive at the deepest river in the world, the Congo River in Africa. Beyond
Oceans
that,
are scary.
At 240
I still
meters, you
think
can
that.
ride through the deepest railway tunnel in the world.
That's
that connects
such
the Japanese
cap,
islands of
bro.
Honshu and Hokkaido. But at
Oh, 'cause it's
287
underwater?
meters down,
But nuclear waste makes people sick and get radiation in them, so they need it that deep. I know, but it's scary. I know it's not an ocean, but I was just commenting that the oceans are scary, bro. I know that the Nile River... Actually, I don't know where the Nile... Yeah, oceans are like 10,000 meters. Deepest hole, it is the least amount of time, trust.
you can drive through the deepest road tunnel in the world in Norway. 305 meters down, and you would still be vulnerable to the B-82 Earth-penetrating nuclear warhead, which can destroy structures up to this depth beneath the surface.
What?
Incredibly
No, it's cooked. How far do they put nuclear bunkers then? It's cooked.
392 meters, we arrive at the deepest
Where's the Mr. Beast bunker?
well and possibly deepest hole ever dug by hand.
See, now we're capping this is some alien stuff, bro. Like, they made the pyramids, and now they're building the world's deepest well. This was not dug by hand. Yo. You're telling me someone dug a well by hand 1,286 feet? Yeah, nice one.
This is
bro, like, there's no, like, you can't AFK that. You actually have to do it in real life.
Water well in the UK, and it was dug all the way back in 1862. At 603
Cap,
meters
you don't even
down,
have
we
shovels
arrive
back then. Stop pausing, shut the F up, unpause it, stop yapping.
at something
Digging simulator, now stop.
terrifying, the deepest vertical drop inside of a cave. If you were unfortunate enough to be in this cave and fall down
Terraria
this
looking
hole,
cave. How? Why does this look like Terraria? How is there floating rock? This is actually Terraria. Yo.
the fall would be higher up than falling from the top of the One World Trade Center in New York, and the fall would take you over 11
Dang.
seconds before hitting the bottom. Even further down, though, at 700 meters is where the Chilean miners were trapped at for 69 days back in 2010.
Wait, maybe that's not
970
that deep
meters
then.
down is the deepest hole ever dug that still has an open sky above it, the Bingham Canyon open pit mine in Utah. This pit is so deep that you could place the tallest building in the entire world in the center and still have over
That's
100
hella
more
impressive.
meters to the surface. Much further down at 1,410 meters, though, is where the deepest concert ever held happened by the band Agonizer in Finland. 1,642 meters down is the depth of the deepest lake on Earth, Lake Baikal in Russia.
Wait, that's
and
scary.
1,857 meters down is the deepest part of the Grand Canyon.
Yo, you guys are saying kilometers? Mount Everest is 9 kilometers tall? I don't know how tall kilometers are, cuz I'm not gonna lie. Wait, is Burj Khalifa taller than Mount Everest? Burj Khalifa taller than Mount Everest. No, the Burj Khalifa is not taller than Mount Everest. In fact, the Mount Everest is over 10 times taller than Burj Khalifa. Dang! Lock in, guys. Lock in. Bro, it's not even tall.
The deepest known cave
that.
on Earth is located 2,197 meters beneath the surface in Georgia. But the deepest hole that you could actually
the state
fall
or the
into
country
goes way deeper than even this. All the way down at
Did you guys see Kanye's concert in Georgia?
3,132 meters is the bottom of the Moab Katsong mine
Bro, you are
shaft in
big.
South Africa. Taking the elevator takes 4.5 minutes to reach the bottom, but if you fell
Trent
into it from the
kilometer,
top, it would
1,000
take you
meters. I don't know what a
25
meters
entire
are, bro.
seconds for you to hit the bottom and think about what you've just done. Long enough to receive and miss an entire phone call. Even further down at 3,600
That's
meters
chill, you
is the
can call.
deepest point that a multicellular organism has been found alive. This freaky-looking
Even
worm.
in the
But
ocean?
human beings themselves have been even deeper than this. 4,000...
Wait, how are they getting air down there? 1 meter equals 3 feet. Okay. How are they getting air down there?
meters down is the deepest part of the deepest mine on Earth, also located in South Africa. The trip from the surface down to the bottom takes over an hour to complete, and the temperature at the bottom can reach
You think they have water elevators? You think they have water elevators to get down there? Or no?
66 degrees Celsius.
151 Fahrenheit?
Of the oceanic crust beneath the ocean floor.
That's
Way
insane.
down at 8,848 meters is the height of Mount Everest
Yo.
if it were placed underground instead. 10,994 meters down is the bottom of the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest part of the ocean. I already covered the depth of the ocean in another video, but unbelievably, humans have actually dug down significantly deeper than even this. For reference about what's next, 11,887 meters is the average altitude that a commercial airliner flies at. But deeper than that, at 12,262 meters is the depth of the Kola Super Deep Borehole, a project where the Soviet Union attempted to drill all the way through the Earth's crust.
I mean, Soviet Union was on some crazy stuff. I don't know what was in their head. Brother, what? Are you okay? And you know what it was? It was probably Jews, too.
They only reached a third of the way there, though, because the temperature at this depth reached 180 degrees Celsius,
Can I say that?
which was too hot for the drill to continue operating any further. The hole is also only 23 centimeters wide, so
How?
luckily you can't accidentally fall into it.
How?
If you dropped a quarter down the shaft, though, it would take
How'd
about
they dig
50 seconds before
How'd
it
they
hit
dig
the
it?
bottom.
How'd they dig it? How'd they do that? The Soviet Union was like in 1940s? How'd they dig that? I don't even know with the technology we have now how we would dig that. Like robots? How?
Recently, however, this depth has been surpassed by the Z-44 Shavio oil and gas well.
Oh my god, you're so stupid.
which has drilled down to a depth of 12,376
Is this one
meters.
thicker?
That's the equivalent of stacking 15 Burj Khalifas on top of each other, and
Yo.
currently represents the deepest hole that humanity has ever dug. The crust, however, can extend down to 70,000 meters below the Earth's surface.
Wait,
The
where were
planet's
we just
center
at?
is located 6,371
Where were we just at? What was before?
below the Earth dug.
So
The
12,000.
crust, however, can extend down to 70,000
And then we go to 70,000. So is that the deepest? Guys, stop bullying him. He thought water elevators are real.
meters below
Money can buy anything. It can't buy a 13,000 meter hole,
the
obviously.
Earth's surface, and the
Idiot.
planet's center is located 6,371 kilometers down. If the surface of the Earth is Lisbon, Portugal, and the planet's center is Astana, Kazakhstan, then humanity so far has just ventured this tiny, insignificant
That's low-key
distance.
crazy.
If you enjoyed the video that you just watched,
that's
then I
actually
hope that you'll
crazy.
subscribe to my channel.
Wait, that
here,
was
and
hecka
don't
cool.
forget to hit the bell for
I
updated
didn't know
videos.
the middle of the Earth was that small, but I guess that makes sense, though, no? I guess. W video. I already subscribed. W.